Good afternoon. My name is Andres Felipe Orozco and I'm accompanied by my partner Manuela Garcia Arango, and we will be talking and explaining about home pH indicator based on an article by Santiago Heredia Bowles where he tells and explains about experience why different home pH indicators. Um, and we wanted to take this to a more homely point. We decided to this work because simple experience relates to acid-base reaction are described. Um, in all of them could be done with kitchen utensils and using cheap substance that can be easily found in a supermarket, a pharmacy, or our home. Several procedures are described below to obtain pH indicator based on the different coloration that some natural compound acquire. A pH indicator is a substance that makes it possible to measure the pH of a medium of use, and an indicator to chemicals that change their color when change the pH of the solution. The color change is due to a structural change induced by the pronunciation of the species. The subject of acid-base reaction observed to carry of many simple experiments using substances that can be easily found in a supermarket, in a pharmacy, and even at home is it's not necessary to have laboratory equipment to perform them, just use kitchen utensils.
Anthocyanins. Anthocyanins are a group of water-soluble pigments. They are soluble in water, in acetic acid, and in alcohol, but not in oils. Responsible for the red, blue, or violet coloration of many flowers, fruits, and vegetables. The main nucleus of anthocyanins are anthocyanidins, made up of three rings with conjugated double bonds, which are responsible for the color of anthocyanins. Specifically, anthocyanins are anthocyanidins in which one or more OH groups have been replaced by O-glucose groups. Anthocyanins are very sensitive to change in pH. In general, they acquire a red color in an acid medium and change color to dark blue when the pH becomes basic, passing through the color violet. The process is the following. First, you will cut a couple of purple cabbage leaves and put them in the container. Water is added and heated on the fire. It is kept boiling for about 10 minutes and then removed from the heat to let it cool. The liquid is then filtered from the leaves using a funnel with filter paper. The liquid that has been obtained is the pH indicator, which will have an intense violet color. Curcumin. Curcumin is derived from the root of turmeric, a herbaceous plant from India, the roots of which have been used as a condiment, dye, and medicinal stimulant for centuries. Curcumin gives turmeric its intense yellow color. It is used in food as a yellow dye or as flavoring agent, although it is also marketed for boron detection and as pH indicator. The process to obtain the curcumin indicator is as follows. First, add a teaspoon of turmeric or curry to about 50 milliliters of ethyl alcohol or isopropyl. Shake vigorously and let it rest for a couple of minutes. The above process should be repeated about 3 times in order to extract as much extract as possible. Then a filter paper funnel is used to separate the liquid obtained from the solid. The liquid will be have a deep yellow color. The extract can be kept as is or strips of coffee filter. A paper can be impregnated with the extract and allowed to dry. The extract can also be concentrated by heating it, although in this case it is advisable to use a heating plate instead of the stove, since ethyl alcohol is easily flammable. Phenolphthalein is a well-known pH indicator that is used above all for acid-base reaction in analytical chemistry, although it can also be used to measure the pH of a solution, but qualitatively. Phenolphthalein is colorless at pH 9. To obtain this pH indicator, you need a tablet, druggie, or bubble gum of a laxative that contains phenolphthalein as the active ingredient. About 100 milliliters of ethyl alcohol is also required. Of course, basic and acidic substances are also needed to observe the color change of the obtained indicator. In addition, you should have several glasses, a stainless steel teaspoon, a coffee filter paper, a funnel, a mallet, and a mortar. The process to obtain phenolphthalein is as follows. First, the laxative tablet is added to 50 milliliters of ethyl alcohol. The tablet is crushed as much as possible in order to extract the phenolphthalein. It is stirred and left to rest for a couple of minutes. The liquid obtained is then separated from the soil using a funnel with filter paper. The liquid may have a slight yellow color due to the excipients and other active ingredients contained in the medicine. The extract can be stored as is in a closed container to prevent the alcohol from evaporating.
Checking the acid or basic characters of some substances. To observe the color changes that occur in the extract obtained by varying the pH, a little water is placed in 3 transparent and colorless glasses. Next, a little of the extract that we want to study is added to each of the glasses. The center glass will be used while the remaining 2 glasses will be used to determine color variation by adding various substances, both acid and basic. But the purple cabbage and pink indicators are very attractive from a visual point of view due, due to the variation in colors present when the pH change. In the indicator obtained from the turmeric extract, the color variation due to the change in pH are less marked than those observed from the purple cabbage extract. Conclusion. In conclusion, many chemistry experience can be carried out at home. Used kitchen utensils and reagents that can be found and for a purchased in a supermarket or pharmacy without the need for laboratory materials and reagents. This experience and demonstration help used to awaken the interest of students. And finally, in this world, the way to obtain some pH indicator from purple cabbage and turmeric has been made where we can obtain anthocyanin and curcumin.